In a quiet valley, surrounded by tall green hills, there was a small town called Riveton. It looked peaceful from far away, but inside the town, something was broken. Years ago, the town had split into two sides, the east side and the west side. A narrow river ran between them, connected only by an old wooden bridge. But no one crossed it anymore, because the two sides had become enemies. The strange thing was, no one really remembered why. Parents told their children, "Stay away from the other side. Don't trust them." And so, the bridge stood empty. Day after day, year after year, until one afternoon, everything changed. A 15-year-old boy named Ion loved to draw. Every afternoon, he sat near the old bridge with his sketchbook. He drew the hills, the trees, the river. But whenever he reached the bridge, he stopped, because he had never seen the other side. One day, while Ion was sketching, he heard footsteps. He looked up. A girl about his age was standing on the other side of the bridge. She looked just as surprised as he was. They stared at each other, both remembering the rule: never talk to the other side. But the girl finally spoke. "Is that a drawing of the river?" Ion hesitated, then slowly nodded. She walked a little closer. "I'm Mira. From the west side." Ion felt nervous. But she didn't look like an enemy. She looked normal. Just another teenager. "I'm Ion, east side." For a moment, neither of them spoke. Then Mira smiled. "So, is math homework terrible on your side too?" Ion laughed. "It's a disaster." And just like that, the silence between them disappeared. Day after day, they met on the bridge. They talked about school, movies, dreams, their favorite foods, and slowly they realized something strange. Their lives were almost the same. Same traditions, same festivals, same music. One afternoon, Mira asked a question. "If we're all so similar, why do our towns hate each other?" Ion thought for a long time, but he had no answer. That night, Ion couldn't sleep. He kept thinking about the empty bridge, the anger, the silence. Then suddenly, he had an idea. The next afternoon, he brought a huge drawing with him. Mira looked at it with wide eyes. It was a picture of the town, both sides, east and west. But this time, the bridge was full of people, talking, laughing, children playing together. "It's beautiful. But people here would never believe this could happen." Ion smiled. "Maybe they just need to see it." That night, the two friends quietly walked to the bridge. They hung the drawing right in the middle where everyone could see it. Then they ran home. The next morning, something unusual happened. People stopped. They stared at the drawing. Someone whispered, "Who made this?" More people gathered, from the east side, from the west side, for the first time in years. They were standing together on the same bridge, looking at the same picture. No one argued. No one shouted. They just looked. An old man from the west side slowly stepped forward. He looked at the people from the east. Then he said quietly, "I don't even remember why we were angry." A woman from the east nodded. "Neither do I," and something incredible happened. People started talking. At first, slowly, then more openly. Children crossed the bridge. Shopkeepers greeted new customers. And the empty bridge began to fill with life again. Later that day, Ion and Mira stood near the river watching. People from both sides were laughing together on the bridge. Just like in the drawing. Mira smiled. "Looks like your drawing came true." Ion shook his head. It wasn't the drawing. It was people choosing peace. From that day on, the bridge had a new name. People no longer called it the dividing bridge. They called it the Bridge of Peace. Because sometimes, ending a conflict doesn't take armies, or leaders, or power. Sometimes, it only takes two brave people willing to talk. Peace begins with understanding. And sometimes the smallest act of courage can change an entire world. If you like this story, please like, subscribe, and share.